From September 22, 9-4 Met, Libra season 2022 begins as the equinox takes place and the sun enters the sign of the scales. Wherever the sun is traveling, the light of our awareness goes. His yearly journey through Libra brings our attention to all relationship dynamics in our lives. This season invites us to get to know ourselves through the mirror of others, explore relationships as evolutionary catalysts, and discover how we can create more equality in our exchanges, more harmony between giving and receiving. Libra, integration of the individual into the collective. Libra is a cardinal, air-ing archetype. As a cardinal sign, it marks a new beginning and the start of a new season. Fall in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere. In the zodiac, Libra inaugurates the second half of our evolutionary progression, all about the integration of the individual into the collective, and it is the first sign through which we learn to establish connections based on equality and reciprocity. Through Virgo, the previous archetype, we familiarize ourselves with the work environment and with contexts characterized by a need to participate in unequal relationships, mostly centered around service and healing, such as the one between boss and employee, or the one between health professional and patient. Through Libra instead, we learn about ourselves through comparison with our peers. We recognize the importance of integrating into a social setting as equals, and we discover where we are out of balance in our relationships. We are dealing with an air sign for this reason. Connections are formed on an intellectual level and involve a refinement of communication. This is the necessary preparation for the emotional deepening that happens through the following water sign, Scorpio. The Libra stage of evolution lays the foundation for a clear understanding of which relationships we desire to deepen and which ones we don't, and it continues the discernment process that started with Virgo. Libra season 2022, aspects and lunations. During Libra season 2022, the Sun joins retrograde Mercury, trines Mars in Gemini, and Saturn in Aquarius, opposes Jupiter and Charon in Aries, and squares Pluto in Capricorn. We are also going to experience a new moon in Libra and a full moon in Aries. The new moon in Libra of September 25 marks a fresh start in our relationship life, encouraging us to reflect upon how we are required to show up in life to manifest the kind of connections we want to attract. Sun and Moon are both going to be in opposition to Jupiter in Aries, an energizing and motivating influence that will support our optimism, our generosity, and our self-confidence. This new moon invites us to deepen our awareness, how we relate with others, and invites us to explore new ways to do so. The Aries full moon coming up on October 16 brings our attention to refining the balance between energy invested towards ourselves and energy invested towards others, and could mark moments of revelation or clarity surrounding patterns and dynamics that keep coming up in our relationships. The moon is going to be opposite Venus and conjunct retrograde Charon, which is likely to significantly increase the emotional intensity of this lunation. These days, we may question our ability to initiate, can lead independently, feel left out, can isolate it, can find it hard to trust our Sun conjunct Mercury, Sun trine Mars Saturn, Sun square Pluto. A few hours after the Sun enters Libra, we experience a Sun-Mercury retrograde Cazimi, an exact conjunction. This aspect begins a new Sun-Mercury cycle. In a similar way that a new moon does, it could catalyze intuitive messages, insights, and revelations that help us see something from an entirely different perspective and inspire us to shift our communication patterns. The Sun-Saturn trine, exact on October 12, is a supportive aspect that increases our productivity, our efficiency, and our capacity to get things done optimally. This alignment increases our willingness to work hard on something meaningful to us and make progress towards our goals and dreams, maybe by establishing collaborations and alliances that can support us. The Sun in Libra is going to trine Mars in Gemini on October 17. This harmonic alignment supports our vitality and energy levels, infusing a fiery, physical quality to the intellectual atmosphere of Libra season. The Sun-Mars trine will energize and motivate us, inspiring us to intelligently channel our life force in pursuits we are passionate about, yet without overdoing or overextending ourselves. towards the end of his transit through Libra, the Sun is going to square Pluto in Capricorn. Their exact alignment is on October 19. However, we will feel this aspect for a few days before and after this date. The Sun-Pluto square indicates the potential for power struggles and need to feel in control of the environment, inner conflict between wanting to create and wanting to hide, and a feeling that circumstances are preventing us from expressing ourselves. This alignment has the potential to catalyze a renewal of our desires and sense of purpose, a transformation of our creative. Libra season 2022. Relationships as evolutionary catalysts. The Sun's transit through Libra shines a light on those places where we need to establish a better balance. Libra season is inviting us to reflect on whether we are gravitating towards extremes, we are participating in one-sided dynamics, we are giving too much and receiving too little, or vice versa. It is an opportunity to reflect on what peace means to us and to attempt to dynamic balance that allows us to navigate life optimally. Libra season is the time of the year in which we have an opportunity to explore the difference between codependency and interdependence and recognize that absolute independence is simply not possible. We are connected with others, we are part of something bigger than ourselves, we are part of a bigger network. Nobody can exist in isolation. Libra season encourages us to acknowledge the necessity of cooperation and collaboration, improve our capacity to share, and recognize the role of relationships as evolutionary catalysts.
Comment below with what resonated with you the most and tap on the hand if you enjoyed this video.